Hello, my name is Paul Gillrie, and I'm going to be your host on this next segment on the history of the Gillrie family and the descendants. Since we last met, we've received a bunch of information on Alexander Gillrie's children. It was very unclear what had happened to two of the daughters and one of the sons. The daughters were the eldest daughter of Alexander Gillrie. Her name was Mary. Over the internet, we learned that she married a Daniel Nicholson from Nova Scotia, and they eventually settled in Palmerston, Ontario. We also discovered that Isabella Gillrie married a widower by the name of James Nelson. And one of the more exciting discoveries was finally we found out how the Gillries in the United States are connected to the Gillries in Canada. We found out that Henry Gillrie married Emily Moody, and they lived in Lockport, New York. Now, we'll need to do more research on that side of the family, but now that we've crossed the border, we should be able to find out a lot more in the next segments. In 2004, I decided to visit the Bye Farm in the Drayton, Ontario area. And when I got there, we discovered that the Byes had a huge cache of pictures dating back to the 1860s, 1870s, and 1880s. They had family Bibles, they had original documents, they had original marriage certificates. They donated that to the Family History Center so that we could photocopy, we could digitize, and we can provide that to other members of the family. It really made it a lot easier to track that whole side of the family, and we have had many other contacts with the Byes in that area. At the same time we visited the Byes, we visited Doug Hilborn, and we tied into the McLaughlin family, who farmed next door. And many of the Gillries married McLaughlins, and we received a number of pictures from that side of the family. From there, I traveled to Vancouver, Canada, where I met with John Gillrie. He liked to be called Jack, and I also met his son Daniel. When I met them, we were trying again to figure out how Tom Gillrie tied into the Gillries in the East. After 30 years, we finally solved that mystery. So I hope you enjoy this. A lot has been contributed by the Conards, by Lloyd Gillrie, Jack Gillrie, Daniel Gillrie, by the Derry family, and also by Pat Bergen and Brian. We like to thank all those that have contributed to this, and especially the Bowers and all that they have done to provide a lot of this material. You know, before we go to this segment, we received a wonderful film taken in the 1940s in 16mm color. Very difficult to get hold of and very expensive. And it shows many of our relatives visiting the Huntsville Resort in, I think it was 1941. I hope you enjoy this next segment, and I look forward to seeing you again in the next few years and visiting a number of you at the family reunions. I'd especially like to thank all those that have contributed. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.